what happens. So now I'm going live on YouTube. It says I'm live on Twitter, but
You want to, Lisa?
What?
And then maybe helps if you send me a link to that, and then I can get on another device and kind of test it
and see. Yeah. I'm curious what's happening on Twitter right now. If I'm
I'm gonna look you up right now.
If I'm streaming or am I spacing on Twitter right now. Let's see. And Westwood, I'll send you an invite to StreamYard.
Here, right, you're streaming.
I'm just streaming, but I'm not spacing. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
No, you're on Spaces right now. I can't believe we can do both. That's kind of wild, actually.
Yeah, so that's what I wasn't sure if it would do or how it would do.
You there?
Yes, your video is up. Probably because your video. That's weird. Hey, your profile's
it doesn't show up faces though. You know what I mean? When you look at the your little picture, usually
right.
The lines around it, so it doesn't show that she's on Spaces, so we're not sure what's going on there.
Okay, so it probably canceled my Spaces for as far as on Twitter, or no?
I don't know. You're in here right now.
I know.
Are we here or are we not here? I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, because I think what we were saying would be cool is if you could have this screenshot, right? Up on you have you and Clint and maybe the Spaces up there so people can see who's in the Spaces. I don't know. I think the way I thought of it was you could hear your show, and then if people who are on Twitter wanted to ask questions, they could come up.
Oh, hold on. Divvy Daddy's on here requesting. How do I do requests? So say yes, add a speaker. Hi, Patrick. Do you have a suggestion?
I am listening right now on Twitter Space and talking to you through Twitter Space.
Okay. So do you have an idea of how I could bring Twitter Spaces in through my YouTube channel so people could see or hear and see what's going on Twitter Spaces through YouTube or when I'm streaming?
So as far as Twitter Spaces, it's the way it works the way I understand it is, so now I can see your Twitter Space, and right now I'm going to retweet it. So I can retweet right now what's happening. And I just retweeted, join the test with @Lisa. And everyone that wants to follow you and join the test, anyone who just saw that tweet will start popping in here. I don't know how you gave me access, but it worked just fine. I'm listening to you on Twitter Spaces right now, and I'm talking to you on Twitter Spaces, but there is no commenting on Twitter Space. It's just listening.
But you can see me on YouTube. Is there a big delay?
Yeah, and you're on YouTube. I could see you streaming on YouTube.
So Divvy Daddy, there's no comments, but you can take questions. Have you not done these before either?
You can raise your hand on Twitter Space, and the speaker can call on you.
Yeah.
Or the host.
Well, yeah, so that was what I was trying to figure out.
Wait.
For some reason, I can't co-host right now. It's just, I think it's just my phone. But you could have somebody in the Spaces kind of monitoring or accepting questions if people had them. So let's say I was the co-host. You could DM me and say, hey, can I ask Lisa about, I don't know, onboarding onto a Litecoin, the Lite wallet or something, right? And I might think, okay, that's kind of a cool question to ask her. And then could let her know. She might say, hey, can I get anybody got a question on Twitter? And then I could bring you up and ask the question. I don't know. Maybe it's jumping through too many hoops. I'm trying to figure out. I want to get her on a Twitter Spaces more. Is what I'm trying to do.
Hey, so Blitz raised his hand to speak. Blitz, do you have any suggestions of how we can integrate Twitter Spaces and the YouTube streaming?
Yeah, regarding the YouTube streaming and Twitter Spaces, pretty much what Coinigram was saying. You're gonna have to have it live, And then if someone's going to speak or wants to have questions, you have to have like at least have a co-host. You want to at least have a co-host to where they can accept those questions. Because I mean, there's a lot more live engagement on Twitter based off like popping in spaces, popping out, especially with the Litecoin community. I mean, that's kind of how most communities in crypto this and Discord like the two main things. Then YouTube, of course, but it's definitely one of the things I would definitely recommend, especially if you're trying to like get more engagement with Litecoin and more adoption in general.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The audio thing I think is helpful. It's like people can listen while they're driving.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Put their earpods in, they go for a walk, they can listen to it, they don't just sit and stare at a screen, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe there's a way. Maybe just do your regular show and you have somebody, like you said, you just have you guys, your audio. Maybe just try that. Let's just try to do a dual stream.
Yeah, I'm curious for our friends that are watching on YouTube right now, what's the audio experience? Is there like a lot of feedback? Is it echoing? Is it the delay so much that it's strange to you listening to it? Or is it okay? And then I'm curious, once Westwood gets on, I sent him a link to the StreamYard. Because once he joins, then I'm curious how that plays out, if it's okay.
I mean, you sound fine on YouTube right now, but I don't think people are going to do both. I don't think. I'm trying to figure out bridge the gap between.
Yeah.
But why don't you do this week? Just try, just as a test. Now that we know you can stream and do a Spaces at the same time, why don't you do a Spaces with you and Clint speaking and have no one else speak, and just do your show and see if you pull an audience.
So just have Spaces, turn it on, but like have everybody muted and just have my phone sitting here and just do our show like we usually do.
Yeah. And if Clint wants to say like, hey, if you got any questions, just DM me. Any questions you want to ask Lisa. And then people could just DM him on Twitter if they have a question. Or whatever. Doesn't that just for you, just for either of you guys. Or if you have an interview, somebody, hey, any questions you want to ask because I know what it's like. It's hard to come up with stuff. You know what I mean? You're doing these every day. Content's hard to come by, right?
Oh, we always have stuff to talk about.
But hey, I was listening to it on YouTube just there for a little bit. And it came through pretty clear on your phone. I mean, so anybody who's speaking Spaces came through very clear on your phone through the YouTube video.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm curious what it's like when you join me on StreamYard, though, if it gets weird or
I think the same as long as your phone's sitting there and you've got the Spaces running. I think it'll be fine. And it's just like Mega said, you have to probably have somebody kind of running that a little bit and kind of step up and say, hey, we've got a question here.
Okay.
Or raise the hand.
all right.
It's all while we're doing this. We just, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, you want to try? We've got 15 minutes till happy hour. I guess we could try it. I'll need a couple minutes to set it all up.
Okay.
We could give it a try.
And I'll tell you what, I'll be, if you want me to be like a third, and I'll primarily stay quiet, unless you want my input on something. And then if maybe something comes up from the audience, we'll just set it up. If you have a question, DM Litecoin Underground, and then I'll just like raise my hand.
Yeah.
If there's something I think is like worthwhile or would be interesting.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you cannot open Spaces on your desktop. That's the problem. It has to be done through your phone.
You can listen on your desktop.
Okay,
but
you can't open it.
Speak.
Oh, you can't speak.
So, not yet. They said they're working on it. I feel like there's got to be a ton of demand for it. So, you want to just reset at 5 o'clock?
Yeah, I'll see you guys. No, I'll have to redo it all. Yeah, I've got to redo all my stuff.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys, everybody that jumped in to help us figure this out and give input. I appreciate it. So we'll see you guys back at 5 in about 15 minutes. All right. Bye.